discussion. I've got quite a bit of agenda to go through. So if any of you finds any of this boring, please, shout out. And if you find anything confusing, then also shout out. Yeah. I'm here purely to uh, try and make sure you guys understand what we're doing. Okay. So what we're going to do is first I'm going to tell you about why we do what we do, and then tell you what Seeker is, right? So then we'll briefly talk about science, because everybody tells me when I go into that, I get lost and bore everyone. So we'll talk about that very briefly, and then we'll tell you about our products and services, and then we'll tell you about the course of action, like what is the work we're doing, what's the movement about, and what is the commercial opportunity with Seeker and the structures, right? So this is the program, as you all know, this is specifically meant for people who want to join the movement, work with us, learn about mind and attention, right? So let's get quickly started uh, on this. So let's start with this question. What's the most influential and powerful thing in our life? Anyone?
Mind.
Okay.
We ourselves.
Ourselves. So cool.
Our emotions.
Our emotions. So is there anything that governs ourselves, govern our mind, governs our emotions, more powerful than all three of them?
The Almighty.
So very interestingly, that thing we are going to talk about is the thing that the scriptures say is the representation of the Almighty in our body, right? In our life. So we'll talk about this. I won't give you the answer right away, but you'll figure it out for yourself as you go, right? So in the last 1 month, 30 days, okay, you people you coach, your family, anyone who suffered from any of these things because of which you had to take medicine, yeah, pretty common, right?
Yeah.
Now let's see. Okay, in our life experiences or people we coach, we come across people who feel cheated, bullied, hurt, deceived, right? These are some of the common challenges that people tell why things happening to them. Similarly, what are people seeking when they come to us, right? A lot of this they are seeking cooperation, care, support, breakthrough. So if I try and put this on a spectrum, this is what it looks like. On the left hand side, you'll find things like suffering, pain, all the mental and physical challenges. If you're bullied, you feel fear, you feel confusion, hurt, loss, worry, anxiety, you have all these disorders. And on the right hand side, if you get care, support, love, confusion, cooperation, information, mentoring, you feel ease, light, growth, right? So this is clearly divided into two directions of life, right? Now, if we classify these directions, what happens is this, that a lot of the stuff in the red leads to isolation, loneliness, victim, anxiety. And all the stuff on the right leads to leadership, abundance, victory, which is symbolized by clarity and confidence, right? The reason we classify it like this is because uh, when we do our research, and we find this a lot, especially in yoga and Vedanta psychology, the opposite of anxiety is not calm. That's a symptom. The opposite of anxiety is actually confidence and clarity. When you get confidence and clarity, it eradicates anxiety. when you get uncertainty, which is the opposite of confidence, which is the opposite of clarity, you get anxious, right? Uncertainty is associated with anxiety, and confidence and clarity is associated with the opposite of that, right? And when you look at these two directions, the confidence, clarity direction is the one of ease, joy, lightness, right? We have one of care, support, cooperation, solutions, breakthrough, mentoring, all this. And the opposite is this, all this stuff leads to anxiety, fear, confusion, suffering, uncertainty, physical ailments, pain, sleeplessness. All this is associated with anxiety. So all these, in fact, are related clouds, if you see. Now, how does this happen in our bodies? So what our research shows is that in our human body and brain, right here, can you see my pointer? Right here, there's a gland called the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is the resident chemist of our body, right? And it's also the resident balancer of our body. It's now scientists call it the master gland, right? So it controls, amongst other things, your cognitive functions, your emotional functions, and your physiological functions. It regulates your, a lot of human choices and behavior. And it controls your hormonal secretion, all the chemicals. So all the medicines that the body makes is made up of a cocktail of these chemicals, right? So only when your hypothalamus will send the wrong cocktail to your stomach, you'll have this pain for which you'll have to go to the chemist. To counter that, the hypothalamus creates the first suffering, the first pain, the first sleeplessness, the temperature imbalance which causes fever, right? All this stuff we saw at the back, all this stuff, digestive challenges, inflammation. We talk about inflammation causing cancer, inflammation. All this is happening because of the wrong cocktails, sleep challenges, energy drain. I don't feel energetic, brain fog, fever can't happen without the hypothalamus sending the wrong stuff. This is all science, right? You don't have to go to Vedanta and yoga psychology been saying this for years, maybe a few thousand years. But now enough science says this. What is more interesting is that how much you access your memory, what you remember, how much you get insights. Do you, even amongst loved ones, do you feel the love and care? Or your mind is hijacked somewhere? You don't feel the love and care. All this is hypothalamic activity. Your behavior is being regulated, right? So what at Seeker, we are inspired by this. 5,000 years plus back, they say Gita was written. This is the quote from Gita. It's from the 6th chapter. When your mind can be your friend or enemy. When conquered, it becomes your best friend. If left uncontrolled, it becomes your worst enemy. This is the inspiring words from where our work started. What is the mind? How does it work? Right? And one of the big things that happened was that we realized that many people, they remember the whole Gita. They remember all the Upanishads. They'll recite the Yoga Sutra to you, verse by verse. But they haven't figured out the answer to how do you actually make your mind your friend. So how to convert this into a science? That's what we set up Seeker for. There are 3 co-founders, Shivani, who was a devout meditator, works in human consciousness space. There's Kaushalji, who is from Bihar School of Yoga. Then he had another guru for meditation. He's a PhD in yoga, and he's written several papers on yogic sciences, scientific papers. He's published 13 books. He teaches the Upanishads and the Yoga Sutra and Sankhya. And there's me. I come from a background of public health. I did my master's at Hopkins, but I've been always into technology. And so we wanted to take the benefit of what we had learned and convert that into really quickly applicable tech, right? One of the things tech does is make things quickly replicable, expandable, scalable, and time bound, right? So today, if you can blink it something from the market in 5 minutes, what was the way that you could take stuff out of Vedant and serve it to people, right? So one of the things we found, which was all our individual finding, but when we came together, it got reinforced, was that the Upanishads, the Yoga Sutra, these are not about God. They are only about mind and attention. And they have frameworks of mind and attention. So what we've done in Seeker is put all these frameworks together. We've converted that into an algorithm, which we'll talk about today. And we've converted that into programs, right? And we don't stop there. We work with neurobiology labs and scientists, and we corroborate this with neurobiology. So I'll briefly show you the science, and then we'll show you the products and what we're setting out to do, right? So Seeker is basically what we say, control what controls you. So control your mind and attention, because your mind and attention control your life. And if you can learn how to control your mind attention, you are basically learning how to control your breath and thoughts. And if you can learn how to control your breath and thoughts, you're controlling your physiology and your life outcomes, right? So very quick peek into yoga and Vedanta psychology, Manovigyan, as it's called, and where it meets neuroscience. So if you see what we do, basically what we found is that life challenges are not random. They have a pattern, right? At the bottom, you have mental challenges, complex health challenges, self-sabotage, suicide, paranoia. As your mental spectrum becomes lighter, it becomes better, it moves to day-to-day anxiety, anger, depression issues, blood pressure, diabetes, digestive problems, compulsions. As you move further, you improve. Then the way you look at your problems, oh, I have relationship challenges, loneliness, finance, career, family stagnation, self-worth. And as you go further, then the same spectrum becomes about leadership, specialization, growth, and finally excellence. So it's a continuum, right? Somebody may be in band 3 predominantly, but they also have some band 1 or band 2 issues stuck at the back. Somebody may be in band 4, but they also have some issues stuck from the previous band, right? And that's how. So this may be oversimplified the way we're trying to show it, but this is the trend we found. And this trend we found thanks to the models we found in Yoga Vedant. And then we were able to validate this through the tests we ran. Now, how does this trend show scientifically? If you look at this from an experience way, you'll find that there's a spectrum. There's a spectrum where on one side you'll find very high anxiety. On the other side, you'll find very high confidence and clarity, right? So this is like solid leadership. And this is like solid stuckness in life, like you've totally gotten stuck, anxiety disorders, etc., right? So here you have one kind of symptoms: paranoia, panic, fear. Then when you go in the middle, you get like day-to-day problems: hyperacidity, disputes in life, sexual performance issues, sleep problems. And at the back are those things which we saw on the last slide. And when you go, as you go right side, you start getting more productivity, solutions, insights, lightness, breakthrough. So you'll find that every individual in some sphere of their life is on the right, and in some sphere they could be in the middle. Right? So just trying to make a broad idea of how we found the progression. So we recently published this paper in the Annals of Neuroscience. It's an international journal of science, neuroscience. And what I let me not get into science too much. I'll show you what the findings of this paper are. The findings of this paper are that the hypothalamus is the master gland. It regulates your physical, emotional, and cognitive functions. The hypothalamus acts according to the stimuli it receives from inside and outside the body. And by manipulating your breath, thought, and attention, you can alter the signals of hypothalamus and thus alter your life outcome. Right? So what we are saying is that from a neurobiology perspective, the quickest solution, deadly solution to your life is to directly control your hypothalamus. Right? This is your physical challenges, your emotional challenges, your leadership challenges, your builder challenges, your breakthroughs in life. At the end of the day, if it's something that's going to last in your life, it's going to happen in this way. It's the hypothalamus of leaders works differently. So whether it's people like Arjun or Krishna you read about in the text, or today's leaders, the great builders who have changed technology, who have changed society, who are changing governments or the way we live, all these people, they have much better regulation of their hypothalamus. Right? So how do we do this? What are our products and services to get this going? That's what we want to share with you today, right? So before I get into our products and services, I know I've already spoken a lot. So should we pause for questions?
So, okay, so what is the net we are saying in terms of the problem statement and the solution and how we do it? If we look at in that structure.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
what?
the problem statement is that almost everybody, okay, disturbance? Yeah, almost everybody stuck on this spectrum that you see here.
Just one second. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Saurabh to just mute himself while Ankur is speaking.
Yeah. So everybody is stuck on this spectrum somewhere. And your stuckness can be at one point or it could be multiple levels, right? And the way to move on that stuckness, right, is to actually, so there's a proven method which has been proved for thousands of years, right, which deals directly with controlling your mind and attention. So first of all, it's the oldest form of psychology in the world for managing manovigyan, for managing mental challenges, and which is today's one of the biggest needs of today's society, right? The mental wellness pandemic is standing on our head. And secondly, this is also not just a mental wellness problem solution or a preventive health solution. This is also your growth solution, because all coaches are trying to help people grow. What do coaches do? Increase cognition for people, help them get insights, breakthroughs, get them goal setting, cognition. This is cognition management. This is the science of cognition. So we help, these are methodologies that help people move on this spectrum. Right? Does that answer your question, Saurabh?
Yeah, so if you guys just go to the next slide,
Yeah.
I'll last slide where you have all the insights. So in this, see, I understand that this, we have connected this master gland regularity. So I got your point that from there everything is coming out. And then if we are able to control that, we are able to control everything. The problem, what happens when we speak to the people or when we are talking to people, and maybe at a little more at a 40, 45 kind of a age when people get a little older, is that this is where they are not able to differentiate between their thought and themselves.
So that's
So
a totally different technique, Saurabh. I'm sorry interrupting you.
Okay.
This is how we deal with people. We'll show you now.
Okay. Sorry.
This
Yeah.
is about getting you to know what we do.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question before I move forward? Okay, great. So, CAS, what do we do? So the first big contribution that Sika made was that out of all the scriptures, we identified 19 top scriptures, starting from Sankhya Karika. Sankhya, literally means numbers. So the principles of the mind and attention, right? It starts from there. Then we come down. So yogic, there are scriptures in the yogic lineage and Vedanta lineage and the Upanishads. And we extracted from it frameworks, all the frameworks that deal with mind and attention. And from there, we created what we call is CAS, Cognitive Attention Score, right? This is a score. I think Saurabh was saying that he took the test today. I don't know if some of you have taken the test. And Saurabh, by the way, 66 is not passing marks, it's the golden range, right?
Yes, sir.
66 is in the golden range. If you go further, you learn there's a golden zone of CAS. That's actually 64 to 70 and 89 to 100. So 66 is in the golden range. It's a very good score.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the first thing we did is created CAS. So what does CAS do? CAS is a diagnostic measurement tool. It is a biometric valuation. It only takes input of your sleep and food, yeah, and your exercise habits, and then it tells you, see, everything you do in life, you do using your attention and energy. Take a moment and think about it. Everything you do in your life, it involves two things: attention and energy, right? And your attention and energy are spent only in three things: physiological functions, which is like running your body, emotions, and in cognition. Cognition means learning, discipline, problem solving. All this is cognition. So three things. CAS measures how much of your attention and energy is going in for cognition and how much is going for emotional and physiological functions, and when does it go excessively into emotions and physiology, right? Which means that the cognitive energy, the per second, per millisecond attention and energy available to you, when it goes beyond a point away from cognition, you don't remember what you already know. So remember the thing I showed you, the information, the good information, the mentoring, the care you need. Sometimes at the right moment, you won't remember things you know. You make mistakes. It makes you prone to mistake. So all that is what this scale finds out, right? And then it gives you scores, it puts you into bands. This scale shows you whether your attention is increasing in emotions beyond a point, to a point where it's becoming unproductive for you, right? Or how it's increasing in energy, in cognition. So it gives you a scale. So I'll show you some sample reports, so which will help you understand how this works. Okay, so this is a free sample, free report sample. So it gives you a mindset, then it gives you audios here. So everybody gets an audio like this.
Namaste. Welcome to your Yogi Meter report. Our research shows that humans use one of 351 mindsets to run their life at any given time.
Now, this kind of audio advisory, usually this is a 2.5. So this is 2.5, 3-minute advisory. We recently did a survey about 500-600 people. Over 75% of these people totally resonate with their reports. Over 40% people said they resonate with their report, 90% plus, right?
Yeah, I'm one of them.
You are one of them. You also resonate
Yes.
with the report.
Yes, I was surprised with the analysis which came out. I was not expecting it to be that level of depth and the kind of response that it did. Even it asked me for a feedback, I said 90%.
5-minute test about your food and sleep. It tells you about your relationships, finances. Okay. Then our second audio tells you about your challenges. Here is a report. It tells you about your score. You can understand more getting into this. It tells you about your attention, energy, balance. It tells you if there's stagnation in life, why. So like this person, whoever this report is, inaction. So he's very active. His problem is not inaction. His problem is what? Compulsiveness, too much thinking of the same thing. Productivity, completion rate is medium. Effort reward, how much? High effort, low reward, right? So how his perception would be. Impact on relationship, impact on prosperity, and it gives your happiness forecast. How your days are going to be. More stuck. Each of these days, you can get the definitions for them, right? When you go detailed. So this is a sample of the free report. Then there's a paid report that only comes through mentors. So if you learn to be a mentor, only you can give somebody this report. Yeah, they have to come to you this report. These reports are much more detailed. They have the remedial recommendations. They have a full mental wellness spectrum. We looked at some 50 or 60 mental wellness reports across the world, preventive as well as medical, and all the parameters that they rate are included here. So people, empathy, how you doing on empathy, consistency, persistence, present moment awareness, timeliness, fundamental inquisitiveness. So they are confidence, self-worth, a lot of these positive parameters. Then negative parameters like force and aggression, sadness, pessimism, confusion, guilt, anxiety, mood swings, social withdrawal. So, then this also gets into things like prosperity. So it gives you markers for income, your attitude towards your income. Then it gives you markers for your expenditures. What could you overspend on? What's your overall? So look at this person, their expenditure rate is too high, right? Even if they earn more, they'll keep spending too much. So, and it gives you same for relationship effectiveness. So lots of insights. And what's most interesting, and this is a new product we have created, and we are now getting a lot of inquiry for this, is look at this. This is a group report. Okay. So it shows a whole group. How's it doing? Stressed, active, medium. This is a sample report. This group is highly collaborative. It shows how many people are in which zone: leader, organizer, game changer, explorer. Then it shows what is the preoccupation score, how much preoccupation in these people's mind, how much conflict and politics is in this team. What is the team stagnation like? Compulsiveness in action. What is the completion rate of this team? Burnout. How many people are in extremely high burnout risk? Medium, low burnout. These are low burnout. And according to the latest health economic, right? Now, health economics is a big thing emerging in immunology. Health economics is becoming very big. So even Lancet, which is one of the articles, we'll show you that article also, that talks about how much money people and corporations are losing to mental wellness. So according to that, this shows the productivity loss per capita per annum. So this 50 people cohort is losing 96 days to stress and anxiety, right? And the burnout cost 8% of the revenue of this company. Financial loss per capita, $8,000. Future risk. So this is just future. This is happening. This is future, right? $2 million. So this is the kind of reports it generates, right? Any questions before I move further? Okay, so I showed you the CAS reports. So the first product we do is we create diagnosis. It helps you see how your hypothalamus is behaving right now. Which side is it moving you? The green side, the red side? How's your cognition, attention doing? What's its impact on your life? And this comes with audio advisories, etc. If you become a 3M, we train you how to use this diagnostic tool and advise people, right? After this, okay, let me show you this film quickly. It tells you about our first remedial product, right?
What's the most influential and powerful thing in your life? It's your attention. If a shop can't get your attention, it won't get your money. If a leader doesn't get your attention, he won't get your vote. And if your child or loved one doesn't get your attention, they won't get your time or care. Wherever your attention goes, your money flows, your time follows, and your energy goes. Everyone has some degree of attention fluctuations. When you need to do anything important, like problem solving, learning, discipline, you need to overcome attention fluctuations and move into attention control. If you are not able to control your attention consistently, you may be suffering from mild or severe attention fluctuation disorder. Attention fluctuation increases due to overexposure to social media, online games, binge watching, stress, and multitasking. AFD increases stress hormones in your body. This destabilizes your sleep and food cycles, leading to poor physical and mental health. It also reduces focus, alertness, learning, and memory, thus making you prone to mistakes. If unchecked, AFD leads to severe challenges like anxiety disorder, depression, diabetes, high blood pressure, thyroid, or menstrual challenges like PCOD or PCOS. On the other hand, if you improve your attention control, you accelerate your learning and move from stuck to unstuck to unstoppable. In ancient India, yogis created an advanced system to control and improve your attention. Over the centuries, these systems were lost in translation. Seeker has researched 5,000 years of yoga and Vedanta psychology and built an AI to deliver these systems to your mobile phones. Seeker's attention management system, AMS, is available on the Seeker app. If you want to find out the state of your mind and attention, just download the Seeker app and take your CAS test. This 5-minute test is 100% confidential and it measures your cognitive attention score. This score tells you the state of your attention fluctuation and its impact on your emotions, health, finances, relationships, and productivity. This test is absolutely free and it comes with a 2-minute audio advisory explaining your current state of mind. After you understand your challenges, you can improve your attention control using the Seeker AMS pack. Seeker AMS will provide you 10 to 21 minutes of guided breathing and attention exercises. These 20-minute remedies will improve your attention, focus, concentration, learning, and insights throughout the day. They will take away your lethargy, procrastination, overthinking, indecision, and excessive emotions and move you from stuck to unstuck to unstoppable. Moreover, the AMS pack comes with a 100% money back guarantee.
So that's our first product. This is, a lot of news has been made about how the US government and the state governments of the US have been suing companies like Meta for manipulating attention and causing, higher level of anxiety and stress, especially to the youth and all that. So this is practically like an antidote for that. How do you control your attention? So that's a product. It's been giving great reviews. I'll show you some of the stuff people say, like people who have sleep problems, people who have acidity problems, people who, like, we don't ever advertise that you do this for this. We say do it for attention. Then people come back to us and tell us that, I had been having sleeping pills for 3 years, 5 days, and I'm sleeping like a baby. Right? I've been having acidity, boom, gone. So we have testimonials after testimonials, and I'm very happy to share it with you. I just don't have that much time today. But we make videos, we share it with all our mentors because they can share it further. Then the second program that we do, now this is an attention coaching and attention therapy product, right? And this product is something that you can do one-on-one or in group settings. We also get customers. So people who become coaches or mentors with us, they can come and do this for customers we get. And they can use this on their customers also. So what is this program? It has, it's an 8-week program. They can structure it for themselves also. This does 3 fundamental learnings and 4 paths to problem solving. And this is a very interesting program, right from depth of problems like anxiety disorders to leadership challenges, stuck challenges, financial challenges, relationship challenges. We see breakthroughs coming within this 8 weeks. So it's so scientific, so mathematically, that it's not, it's a set methodology. You do it, and within 8 weeks, you see the difference that comes. And there's a process. We teach you this. You can do it yourself then. And all the tools that are used are online. These tools are given to you, all the 3Ms as licenses, right? So I'll play this. So although some of the coaches sometimes tell us that, you should play some other example because this is not about leadership, this is not about growth. But I want to show you this because this is about somebody who is suffering from anxiety disorder and was on pills. And to see the power of what this 8-week program does.
Joined the Mind Mastery 2M program, and the thing is going through fear and scare and anxiety to a point that I was not even able to step out of the house. I was so scared that I was scared to move. And this 2M really helped me because the workbook and the tools that I got and I practiced, it completely changed the way the anxiety was there in my body, and I was able to overcome it. And I'm now going out. Today I've gone out all by myself, which is a huge achievement for me. And it's like having my life back, being dependent on the whole world. I am able to do things that I want to do, and nothing is holding me back.
You know, people who come to us for leadership challenges, people who come to us because they're stuck somewhere in life or they want to go to the next level in their careers, you know, the mental confusion, the challenges are nothing compared to a person who's stuck so badly. And if this process can solve that, can you imagine what it does for smaller challenges, right? So moving
Join the mind.
forward quickly, one of the things we are very specific about, and we say this clearly, is that all our programs are measurable. They come with full result orientation. It's not comfort cushions, right? You can run a practice where you can be comfort cushions to people. That can be your add-on. But our programs are result oriented. All of them have a clear ROI with time and money, and all of them come with money back options, right? We don't want to do things that don't work every time, right? So that's one thing we are very proud of, and this is core to our work, and we continue to do this, and that's what every mentor who works with us will tell you about the 3M program for which we've invited you for this seminar. The entire work, all this work is done by 3Ms, certified mind mastery mentors, right? So what is the 3M program? It's a 14-week journey, 28 hours of classroom plus 14 hours of doubt clearing, 2 hours a week of classroom, 1 hour a week of doubt clearing, live sessions. Everyone gets a personal mentor and a co-learning sangha. So you learn together. You get lots of assignments, etc., which takes up. So the whole program takes about 100 hours, right? Because the rest of it is co-learning and the assignments and your workbook. You also get personalized support for business building. And it's a totally personal transformation journey. Not one person who's completed this program hasn't felt a change in their personal life, because this kind of work is experiential. You can't do it with others if your life hasn't changed, right? It's a purely personal transformative journey, 14 weeks. It's a complete certification program. I'll show you the guide. We'll send it to you. It's a large guide which has lots of details. And once you become a part of the 3M community, you become part of a sangha, you become part of a tribe. There's a lot of support group there. Everybody owns the program who's there. It's not Seeker's program, it's the Mentors program. And you get a free pass then. You are invited every week and every month. There are programs, learning programs. They are co-created by all the mentors. You're invited for everything. When the classes happen again and again, most of our mentors, there are many mentors you'll meet who keep coming back for the classes. It's Shivani keeps saying it's layered knowledge. It's just like reading the Gita or the sutras. Every time you read, you get more. So people keep coming back. Here, let me play. This is Jagdish Shenoy. He just completed the last cohort. This is his opinion on the program.
I am very much of a structure person. So for me, getting to know the mind aspect in such a structured manner was really a surprise element for me. I have attended many courses on personal development and growth, but they are, random encouragement and motivational thing. But nobody has explained the mind using the brain, the yoga system, and in such a simple and with a structured manner. I love those metrics. Everything here is in metrics. That's something which I could, relate very easily. Because mind works also in matrix. So that which aspect we are talking about, we are not going randomly So there's a clarity in terms of where the thing fits in. I think that is one of the highlights of Seeker for me, and the depth of knowledge which they are bringing to the table. I have not been a psychology student per se, but I feel like this small course itself is a summary of the entire human psychology. So that, with such a short time, I can understand the entire piece is really amazing.
So we have a program, it's called the 3M and CIP program. I'll share with you the guide. So the how the program is structured is that the program comes with a quick earn back bonus. So upfront we give you bonus tools, and so the program comes with free tools worth 4 times the program value, right? So our aim is that you should be able to quickly earn back everything you give. If we didn't have to sustain this, and sift for serious people, we probably wouldn't even charge for this program, because the 3Ms are the backbone of the movement we are running. So we give you all these tools. The way the program is structured is that we want a 3M to be able to earn minimum 4 lakhs or 5,000 US dollars a year by doing this just as a side thing, right? And not just so if you don't have to give all your time, just a side income this much per year. It's structured so that learning and earning goes together, right? So like somebody says, I love physics, so okay, you become a physics teacher, you learn also and earn also, right? Like that, it's made like that. You can make it a career path. It could be a side hustle you do for 5-10 hours a week. It could become your main gig. It's built like that. And it also is structured in a way that if you may want to make it your business or an institution, we have such collaboration touch points. So all that is given in the guide. Then we have a community system and a royalty system in it. So I'll explain to you how the royalty system also works, which means that people you teach mind mastery, there's some amount of money Seeker from its own revenues gives you, not from their revenue, but Seeker's revenue. It shares with you some amount when they make money. So you get royalty as a teacher. So there's incentive for you to always keep learning, because this knowledge grows when you teach, not just in society, but inside you. So we've tried to replicate the model from the olden days. The CIP program, there are lots of people we come across who don't have the bandwidth to do coaching or mentoring, but they love this work because they love the Vedanta, neuroscience, interconnect, etc. So for such people, we have a program, CIP program. These people are impact people who want to show this impact. So we have a system where you can sign up such people. They can get business for you, and you don't have to give them commissions for getting that business out of your share. Seeker gives them, credit for evangelizing you or evangelizing the knowledge of mind mastery. So this we have a separate program. We also have a program where once you become a subject matter expert with us, you can build content and methodologies for us, which we give to all the other people. So you earn from it. And of course, the idea is to make you a mind and attention expert, right? So let me quickly ask one of our existing mentors who's been with us for a while to share their learnings. Rashmi, you are sharing?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you everybody for joining in. I'm Rashmi. I'm a ICF BCC coach. I'm also a facilitator and a team coach, and I've been associated with Seeker for more than 3 years now. Yeah, if I'm not wrong. So I think I first came across in the year 2020, and that's when I did my first program with them. And since then, I think I've just stuck to the team and the organization and the learning, most predominantly. And I think, needless to say, that it's helped me first change myself and then help my clients, change and transform and bring about, whatever desired changes that they want. And now I've started using it in corporations and organizations in my own leadership program. So the assessment specifically, because I also have an HR background, so I was aware of various other psychological tools, the psychometric assessments. But this particular assessment that we have, CAS, I realized that this is quite deep rooted, and it tells you the very fine nuances of human behavior and what's going on inside, right? For example, when I was just having this discussion with a very senior finance person in the organization where I recently did it. I mean, because in your report you get to see how much time and attention you are spending on your emotion versus cognition, right? So that's like quite a amazing revelation for people. And that person was known for his emotional reactiveness, and he would think that that's probably his strength because emotions are what makes us human, right? So that's what he asked me. And then when we had a discussion of the report, I said that, but those emotional reactions are also, kind of impacting you in not a good way, right? So emotions need to be understood that way. So, so I think this report by itself is so powerful that when I do it, or many other mentors, when they do it with their clients, it gives immense insight in terms of what's going on in themselves, right? So the reason for their lack of clarity, their lack of confidence, why their personality is the way it is, why their behaviors are the way it is, everything starts coming out, right? So if anybody of you take the full report, you will understand that there are particular sections which tell you the details of, what is creating that personality in you, right? So typically a personality assessment tells us that, oh, this is how we are. What is making us who we are and how we are is what gets answered through that report. So this is what makes us very powerful. And in terms of, I think, I've been now, since I've been able to take it to corporations, and initially it took me some time to convince them to try this because it's new. It takes, people don't know about it. So corporations are a little wary of trying something new. They would like to go with any psychometric tool, which is, more well-known in the market, like a DISC or a Hogan or, various other assessments which are there. But this time they trusted and they wanted to go ahead with 20 people, especially those in the leadership team. And I promised them that you are going to see change. Their thing was that, Rashmi, we do a lot of trainings. In fact, they recently did a training from a company which is based out of Switzerland. They say trainings happen, people come and go, but we don't see any change in the organization, right? People don't change, so we don't know what to do. So I say, you just trust me. You know that these, psychometrics exist in the market. I also know, but you please try this for the first time. And they trusted. And I use that, instrument with them for the 20 people in leadership. And even the training program that I built, I used a lot of this fundamental knowledge of mindset, understanding, how your mindset's getting creating, what it is doing to you, and that, so understanding leadership from the perspective of mindset, understanding their own behaviors, their influence, everything, their decision making, everything is coming from their mindset, right? So that fundamental understanding, when they had, it was very, very what should I say, it was extremely powerful for them, right? And in fact, now I've started having a post training coaching conversation with them, and people are reporting some tremendous kind of, they're giving some tremendous feedback about how it has really helped them, right? So in fact, people are saying that there's drastic reduction in their personal stress. In fact, the same finance leader who was talking about that emotions are good, he was under so much stress that he was showing me that he had got some black spots in his skin, and he showed me actually literally on the camera that I was developing black spots on my skin, and my doctors told me that it was because of stress. And he said in the last 15-20 days, all of them have started fading away because now I am not reacting. I'm just a changed person, right? So if something can change, someone so quickly, I've not experienced this before, with so much work that I've done, and I've been in this space of coaching, training for quite a long time. But I've not seen such kind of, stories of change. And there are other people who are talking about that, oh, I couldn't say no before. I had so much anxiety of saying no, but now they've understood that, why it's happening. And they say now, I'm feeling so much more confident in myself, and I'm talking to any kind of stakeholders. We are able to talk to them, confidently, and the whole empathy level has changed, right? So people say that now we understand that everybody is at a different mindset. Everybody is having different mindset. So I can't expect everybody to be perfect, right? So in fact, one of them said that with my suppliers, I've become more collaborative. Earlier, I would just expect them to just give me the work and, meet my expectations. Now I know that their level of kind of, expertise, their mindset is not equal to what I have. So I'm coaching them more. I'm, working with them more. And my supply chain efficiency has increased, right? In the past 50 days, things are turning around more quickly. So those things are happening. So it's like, the whole organization is becoming more empathetic. They are becoming more collaborative. They can see, better productivity. So it was quite exhilarating for me to kind of, see that change in such a short span of time. So that's what I just wanted to share. Thank you, Ankur, for providing that opportunity, for sharing this. I feel really, really elated when I share that. When people were sharing those feedback, it was just, I was on cloud nine. So, yeah.
Thank you very much, Rashmi, for doing this. Yeah, so now in the interest of time, I'll quickly wrap up with how the whole thing works. So Seeker, what does Seeker do? It does research, education, technology solution, movement back office, financing, promotion and PR, and it gets business for mentors. What do mentors and CIPs do? They become mentors, 3Ms, become subject matter experts. They do the teaching, they do the mentoring, they run the movement and the tribes, and they evangelize, and they can also get business for self, right? So it's not just the business we get, but they also get business. And in some cases, they get so much business that they give business to others, other mentors also. And commercial highlights, basically, what's the idea? We want to take mind literacy, because in ancient India, mind literacy used to be everywhere. Now we've lost mind literacy. We do everything using our mind, but no one teaches us how to use our mind. So we want to take mind literacy to every school, college, and organization across the world. And for that, we have structured movements like the Free Anxiety World movement, Free Anxiety Workplace movement that we are starting out. Our aim is to come up with 100,000, 1 lakh 3Ms across the world. So who makes the 3Ms? 3Ms make 3Ms. It's not just us, right? We provide the subject matter, but teaching, all that is done. And to create 5 lakh CIPs, people who promote this movement and collaborate with CM. Besides this, we're also aim to sign up 1,000 strategic partners across the world, which are like large CIPs businesses. So we are already starting that. We've started dialogue with few of them already. We hope to close at least 2 such partnerships this month. And our business North Star is to increase 3M revenue. We know the Mind Mastery movement, this whole mind literacy game is going to explode only when the 3Ms are very profitable. Being a 3M is a very profitable thing to do. How everything works, every revenue that Seeker gets, we have 2 product categories. In one category, Seeker keeps 40%, 60% goes to mentors. And in the other, 30% we keep and 70% goes to mentor. So every product is meant to make money for mentors. There are multiple earning tracks: corporate, educational, community, health, fitness, coaching, therapy, and tribe building. I already told you the aim is to get minimum 4 lakhs a year. And then there are the royalty-based tracks. If you work on them for a few years, the plan is that one should be able to earn at least 1 crore rupees a year if you are building your own tribe and community, right? You earn from what? Free tests. So every free test you get done, the new program we are launching, that's going to, even for the free test you get done, we give you something which is a royalty point. They are called Seeker coins, and then they get converted into payment. And for referrals, mentoring, coaching, therapy, tribe building, we pay out in cash, right? So everything you do, even content creation you do, even if you write an article for Seeker, you get credits for that, right? Which are convertible into cash. And there are many things. So let me just show you this thing. This is a manual. So if you want, just write your name and your phone number in the chat box. We'll send you this entire manual, comprehensive guide for 3Ms and CIPs. And this has all the explanations, all the certification path requirements it has. So the certification journey, how does it work? What are the requirements? What are the hours? And all the revenue shares, all the paths I spoke to you about. So this has comprehensive and all our products and the pricing, what you get paid for, how much you get paid for, everything is in this PDF. So we'll send this across to you over mail or WhatsApp. Just leave us your contact details. Yeah. So that's what I had to say. Now over to you guys.
That's just very interesting and insightful. I think I'll go through the manual and understand it better and deeper. And yeah, whatever you shared seemed very, very, I think, useful for the times we are living in. Not just for us and I think for the kids also. Attention is a big problem.
Thank
Thank
you, Adil. You know, in spite of the work being so deep, when you do a lot of research and deal very less with people, then every once in a while you question yourself, and such encouragement always is very helpful. Huh? So thank you for
Definitely.
that. Yeah. Yeah. The best thing is that almost everybody who works in this space with us, everyone does it out of love for the work, right? So the commercial benefit aside, the community is fully just in love with what they do. It's not just a passion project for the founders, it's become a passion project for everyone who's involved.
I came to this platform or I connected to is only because of the Indian philosophy and the connection between the modern science. Because I'm a strong believer of Indian philosophy, and I not found I've gone through ICF ka course and all that, and I've listened to lot of lectures and the session, not the actual course, but I was not able to connect with their philosophy basically. It's very important for me to connect with the people and the idea which is running behind, rather than what you correctly said, rather than business is a passion project. So for me it's more of a passion which I connected, where I found because personally I've been practicing Indian philosophy, and which helped me a lot. And I was looking what to do with this, where to find these ideas, who is working on this, and I was doing Google, and then I came across Mr. Nishant, and I've gone through his profile. When I got, now I have got somebody, at least let me hold on to him and move. Let's see where it is going. So it's very interesting. I would love to explore this whole understanding more. I think, and let's see. I have lot of, not one, but I have thousands of questions. So I'll not bore you guys right now, but I would connect with Mr. Nishant and speak to him one on one to understand what is happening. But I'm very very happy, at least with the fact, being an Indian, that somebody is working on the ideas that our people have left, and the knowledge that we have has been coded. And it's not about the business, but it's more about the happiness which it can spread to the world.
It's amazing what these guys knew. Yeah, just you saw your report,
Unbelievable.
right? You saw your report.
Yeah,
Eh,
unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah. And can you imagine all that data is embedded in your sleep?
Yeah. So I've been
Your
practicing
sleep
this. Yeah,
knows your sleep knows more about your money, more
yeah.
about
Yeah,
your relationships, more about your health than anybody.
True.
And they knew this thousands of years back.
Yeah, yeah. That is why when I was reading this, so I'm been reading about all this from last 3, 4 years now. So when I was reading, I was like, what the hell? Why it is not being taught in school and colleges? Everybody is suffering in the end. We are not able to focus on the productivity of what we can deliver in the society. We are struggling with our own nonsense, which is just nonsense thoughts. End of the day, but that's I'm talking in very short, not going in detail. But I always thought, why they are not teaching all this?
Because it's
Can
because people start talking about God, people start talking about mythology, they don't deal with the science of it.
no.
Deal
Yeah,
with it
yeah.
to it's not about anything esoteric.
Yeah.
First of all, you yourself have to be a seeker of the science of it. You have to
Yeah.
be a skeptic. You have to look at
Yeah.
it from a scientific, testable lens.
Yeah. So, yes, I approached this whole thing as a student only. I was interested in my own personal question of struggles that I was going through. So the change that has brought into my life is, matlab, it's unbelievable. I have been into, I at one point of time, the lowest point of time, I was in some heavy drinking, and then I was in depression. I've gone through some medication, counseling, and everything. And when I got in connect with this Indian philosophy, you won't believe I have left drinking 6 years back and I have not touched it from then. It's been 6 years that I have left and not touched it. It has made the impact that it had on my life was unbelievable, and it's I can't say it in more words. It's more of an emotion for me. So
Wonderful.
yeah, yeah.